Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm excited about tonight's live because I have a couple of new announcements that I'm really stoked about and I'm excited to share. So, before we get into the live tonight, so I am adding a new addition to hashtag Sean Daily Lives. So I'm very excited. So I have been doing lives since January 1st, 2019, and I have never stopped. It's been a live every single day or every single night. Some crazy hours most of the time and crazy places and at very rough times in my life, dark times in my life and changed times in my life. And so here we are, right? Here we are. And I thought I want to kind of spice it up. And a lot of people have reached out to me and, I've got to know a lot of people. And so I want to kind of spice it out and kind of give back a little bit through my lives, a little bit more, if you would. So I am excited to introduce a very cool brand new segment to, like I said, hashtag Sean Daily Live. And that is, I'm going to put in effect hashtag Thursdays with Sean. Now, what that is, Thursdays with Sean is when on Thursdays, every Thursday, I'm planning on interviewing somebody who has made a difference or who has a very powerful message to share, or they have a really powerful story that it's worth sharing, or they just a mover and a shaker, and it's going to be exciting. I already have the next besides tomorrow, I already have the next two planned out, so I'm super excited. I'll make more announcements. I'll make it more known for Thursdays with Sean and who it is and who we're gonna feature. But so I'm super excited. So as you're joining me live, let me know you're here. Would love to know who's here, who's not here. So as I just introduced, you may want to catch the replay because I just introduced a new segment to my lives, and that is Thursdays with Sean, where I'm going to be interviewing somebody. Now, tomorrow is Thursday, and my boy PK, Peter Kim, shout out. He actually reached out to me last week, and he says that he's been doing an interview thing with some friends, and he's kind of reached out and did a live with them, and question answer type thing. And he asked me if I would be interested to do something like that. I'm like, are you kidding? Come on now. Is Pope Catholic? Of course I'll be interested. So my boy PK, by the way, if you get the $ initial next to your initial, for me, like you become P Money or T Money or B Money. If you become initial money, then know that you're really money, like your money. You know what I mean? Like your money. Anyway, I digress. So I'm super excited. PK is going to interview me tomorrow. He's got a bunch of questions he sent me that I'm excited, actually. I'm excited. A few of them, I had to actually think about. I really had to think about. I don't know if I still have a good answer for him, but I had to really think about. So it was kind of interesting. So it's going to be interesting. He's going to ask some personal questions, and so it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna be open to it, and I would love to see if some of you would like to join in and hop on and maybe participate. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. So thanks, PK, for having me on tomorrow night. Oh, maybe I should tell you the time. So tomorrow night, PK is planning on doing this at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, so 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and then fill in the rest in between. And it's going to be on his website, on his Facebook page, and then of course I'll promote it on my Facebook page. So this is going to be fun, exciting. So my first, well, not my first interview, but my first this type of interview. Exciting. Thursdays with Sean. And yeah, wait until you hear what I got going on for you next Thursday and the following Thursday. Whew, it's gonna blow your mind. I have a couple people that are going to be sharing the Mansoor, what's up? I have a couple people booked up for the next Thursday and the following Thursday that they're going to blow your mind with their stories. Literally blow your mind with their stories. And yeah, so stay tuned. So tomorrow night, again, PK, thank you. Very irony. You know how we do, baby. You know, it's you know how we do. It's glued on. That's funny. Money, tomorrow night I'm doing a little live 6 p.m. Pacific. PK, my boy, is gonna interview me with a bunch of personal questions and stuff. So it'll be fun. I'm gonna actually introduce a new segment to my lives. So anyway, but tonight's story, tonight's live, enough with the announcements, if you would. Tonight's live, I was, we live in a world right now, it feels like everybody wants to do less and get more. Does it feel like that? I don't know if it feels like that. It's like you call organizations and you're trying to take care of something over the phone, and it's like, people don't want to do like a lot. You know what I mean? They just want to, it feels like they want to do less and get paid more. You know, like everybody's dragging. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I feel that way with a bunch of people, but you know what I mean though? But it's like you want to do less and you want more. Like your expectations are high, but your work ethic or, your performance is low. That kind of doesn't go together, right? So I came across this clip with Bob Proctor. If you don't know Bob Proctor, he actually just passed. He was one of the gurus of personal development. He's the man behind The Secret. If you watch the video, The Secret, the film, The Secret. So he's the man behind that, was the man behind that. But he recently passed. But I came across this clip by him, and he said, if you are not willing to do more than you are being, if you're not willing to do more than what you're being paid for, you will never get paid for more than you're doing. If you're not willing to do more than what you're getting paid for, you would never get paid more than what you're doing, right? So in the beginning especially, it's like you gotta give a lot. This is the whole give and receiving. See, you can't be asking to receive a whole lot when you haven't given a lot. It's like that. I've talked about this a lot of times. People are like ATM. If you don't put in them, you can't ask stuff. You know what I mean? You just can't go to an ATM to your bank where you have never made a deposit and ask for money back. It's not going to do well. It's not going to go well for you, right? So and he talks about, he says, giving is a universal, it's one of the universe's, it's one of the laws of the universe. It's a universal law, giving, right? And so I love this sentence, what he says. This is the punchline. I love how he puts it. He goes, you must willingly give and graciously receive. Willingly give and graciously receive. A lot of us, I can say this boldly, a lot of us, myself included, for years and years and years, love to give, right? Maybe you love to give, maybe you love to help somebody, you see a homeless, you want to give them some money, buy them some lunch, or whatever it may be. You're there, you love to give, right? But then how are you in receiving the blessings? And I really had to think about that, because a lot of times I wasn't really gracious in receiving blessings. You got to be gracious in receiving. I love how he puts it. Willingly give, graciously receive. I absolutely love that. And then he goes one step beyond that, and that says, oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Are you ready for this? Then he says, if you have to think before you give, you're trading. You're not giving. Oh, I love that. Think about that. If you have to think before you give, if you have to think before you donate, because you're thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to give this, I'm going to write this off, or I'm going to give this, or I'm going to show off, I'm going to get this, I'm going to, that's not giving willingly. That's trading. And I love how he says it. He goes, if you have to think, hey Agnes, how are you? Welcome, good to see you. Hopefully you catch the replay. I think you'll enjoy it. But I love the way he says it. He says, you know what, if you have to think about giving, then you're trading. You're not really giving. Think about that. And the other side of it, you can't be willingly give and then not graciously receive. I just love the way that combo goes together. It's one of those things that it makes total sense, right? How else would it go together? But then we don't really think about it unless we really think about it, right? So willingly give and graciously receive. And I think that's the bigger part of that whole equation, because a lot of us like to give. A lot of us love to give. But we're just, like, when somebody gives us a compliment, we just have to ruin that compliment. Somebody says, oh, nice shirt, nice blouse, nice this. We talked about this in the other live. Nice shirt, nice blouse. And then you have to ruin that compliment by saying, oh, it was on sale. It's like, what about a thank you? You know? That's very true. If you circle back, yeah, if you catch the replay, you'll see that I talk about exactly that. Yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, so the whole equation, I love that. Willingly give and graciously receive. If you have to think about your giving, you're not really giving, you're trading. And I love that. I really appreciate that. So hopefully, thank you, Agnes. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me live as well. If hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. Drop some thoughts, drop your feedback. Hey, if you've encountered something like this, where you've had like people, maybe at your job, they just love to take, but they don't give a whole lot. They like to do less and get paid more. They're always complaining about that promotion they never got, but they're not really doing much. You know what I mean? They're like doing the basics. They can't wait to get out of the office, Maybe you have an example. Drop your thoughts below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And remember, the new section with my lives, Thursdays with Sean, where I'm going to interview somebody that's a mover and a shaker and is a difference maker. Yeah. First one is actually my boy PK is going to interview me tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. And then the following Thursdays, hashtag Thursday with Sean, I'm going to blow your minds with my guests. So stay tuned for that. Join us tomorrow night, again at 6 o'clock Pacific. You guys will have a good time. He's going to ask some personal questions and I'm going to go for him. I'm going to answer him. So see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully you guys got some love. And remember, until tomorrow, when we do it all over again, much love.